Months had passed. No calls, no messages, not even a fleeting glance. I had walked away from it all. No farewell, no note left behind, not even a final look over my shoulder. The woman I had once loved, the woman I had vowed to spend my life with, had broken me in ways I still couldn't fully comprehend. Her betrayal wasn't some grand, cinematic revelation. There was no dramatic confrontation, no catching her in the act. It was subtle, a slow unraveling of the life we had built. The way her touch had grown cold, the endless late nights at work, the phone that was always face down or eerily silent. I had noticed, but I had convinced myself they were nothing, until one night, reality hit like a fist to my gut. I had just come home after an exhausting day, my mind preoccupied with work, bills, and the weight of everything that had been piling up. Then, with one glance at my phone, everything I thought I knew crumbled. No shouting, no accusation, just a single message, and in an instant, the truth settled in, suffocating me. I didn't need to reread it. I understood. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just left. There was no reason to stay. When someone betrays you, it's not about understanding their motives. It's about accepting that they made a choice that didn't include you. The days that followed blurred into each other. I withdrew, shutting out the world. Friends reached out, family urged me to step outside, to breathe, to move forward, but I couldn't. I was hollow, the betrayal gnawing at me from the inside. I didn't want to acknowledge it, but it was always there, lurking beneath the surface. I moved into a small apartment far from the life I had left behind. I tried to rebuild, to find some semblance of normalcy amid the wreckage. But nights were the worst. The silence was suffocating. Every empty space in that apartment was a stark reminder of the void she had left behind. I kept telling myself she had made her decision, that she had crossed a line there was no coming back from. Yet there were moments when I missed her, moments when I wondered if she felt the same aching emptiness I did. But I would shake those thoughts away. She had chosen to walk away from us. Then, 6 months later, her name appeared on my phone. I froze. My breath caught in my throat as a wave of emotions crashed over me. Anger, confusion, disbelief. What could she possibly want after all this time? I considered ignoring it, deleting the message, cutting her out of my life for good. But a part of me, a part one resented, needed to know. I told her to meet me at the cafe, the one we used to visit all those years ago. It was one of the few places where the weight of the past wouldn't suffocate me completely. I arrived early, sitting in the back corner, my hands trembling despite my efforts to appear calm. My thoughts raced as I waited. Then she walked in. My heart stuttered. She looked the same, yet different. Her hair was shorter, her face carrying the exhaustion of someone who had been carrying too much for too long. The months apart had aged her in a way I hadn't expected. When her eyes met mine, they filled with unshed tears. She hesitated, standing still as if unsure whether to approach. Then finally, she sat down. Her voice was barely audible. "Thank you for meeting me." I didn't answer right away. I just stared at her, trying to reconcile the woman in front of me with the one I had walked away from. I had imagined this moment countless times, rehearsed what I would say, how I would react, but now that it was happening, words failed me. The wound was still raw, still fresh. She swallowed hard, her voice trembling. "I've missed you." A pause, then barely above a whisper. "I know what I did was unforgivable, and I regret everything." I had once loved her, but something in me whispered the truth. She wasn't, and she never would be again. "I never meant for this to happen," she murmured, her voice trembling, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "I thought I could manage it, that I could have both of you in my life. But when I lost you, I finally understood how much you meant to me." Her words landed, but not in the way she expected. My chest tightened, my pulse quickened, and suddenly everything was clear. This wasn't the apology I had imagined. It wasn't enough. Nothing she could say would ever be enough. I swallowed hard, my voice steady but cold. "Tell me, is this about wanting me back, or is it about realizing you lost the security I gave you?" Her expression faltered, and in that instant I saw the truth. She didn't long for me. She longed for what I had given her. The warmth, the stability, the certainty of knowing I would always be there. She hadn't returned because she couldn't bear a life without me. She had returned because her new life hadn't turned out the way she hoped, and now she wanted to see if I was still an option. I stood up, the weight of realization settling over me like a heavy fog. Clarity was a strange thing, liberating and crushing all at once. "You should go," I said, my voice firm. She didn't protest. She didn't plead. She just nodded, her face carefully masking the disappointment, the regret. And then she walked away. I remained seated, watching as she disappeared into the street, feeling the gravity of the moment press down on me. But as I stepped out of the cafe, something unexpected happened. A wave of peace washed over me. I had done the right thing, and then my phone buzzed. I glanced at the screen. It was her. Another message. But this time it wasn't another empty, "I miss you." It wasn't another attempt to reel me back in. "I didn't just want you back because I made a mistake." The message read, "I wanted you back because I finally understood something about myself. I've spent my life using people, making them feel needed so I could fill the emptiness inside me. But what we had was real. I see that now, and I'm sorry, more than you'll ever know." I stared at the words, letting them sink in. This was an apology for betraying me. It wasn't an attempt to make things right. It was a realizing too late that she had been just as broken as I was. That her regret didn't come from losing me. It came from losing the only thing that had ever made her feel whole. And in that moment, I understood sometimes people have to go through their own pain to grasp the value of what they had. But that realization, it didn't change anything. I deleted the message, not because I didn't care, but because I had finally learned something about myself too. The past was the past. Her regrets wouldn't rewrite history. And I wasn't going to stand still, waiting for someone who only saw my worth after I was gone. I had walked away once, and now I was doing it again. This time, for good. If you're waiting for someone to realize what they lost, stop. If they ever come back, remember this. They don't miss you. They miss how you made them feel. And that, my friend, isn't love. It's regret.